Hello, James here. How you guys doing this holiday? I hope you're doing well out there. Um, yeah, I'm just kicking back and just enjoying somewhat this crazy weather. Anyway, I had some videos I want to show you. I got some videos lined up that a couple content creators made some very, very interesting videos. You know, and sometimes I try not to make it a man versus a woman thing, which I try to be balanced in my video, you know, because some women be really talk about the women and where they coming short at, and sometimes some men be coming short on certain things. But I had to really trying to figure out as a man, you know, as men. I don't understand some of these women. I really don't. I'm trying to figure out where the head is across the country. I just don't. What I mean is, you know, they come on video, they make these videos, they expose themselves, they expose things that, like, wow, it's like they just say anything, act any old kind of way, and there's no balance. There's some of the women that make these videos, they ain't have no shame. I mean, they just coming out with it. But I'm gonna start with this one woman. This woman. Well, let me see this. This woman's scamming.
Some viewers might find this disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. Hi, my wonderful sweet babies. It's Destin Choice, and I wanted to get on here really quickly and discuss the scam traveler now begging her fans for cash apps.
And I would so much appreciate your love and support if you feel led to help me. I have the link down below where you can help me. And I'm like, what can I do for people in exchange? Like, what's something cool I can do for people in exchange if they want to donate to my challenge? So I thought it'd be really cool to send you guys postcards. So if you sign up to help me down below, then it's $25.
Now, if you guys didn't know, Mary Jane Byron, one of the most infamous scammers on YouTube, and one of the craziest stories I've ever covered on my platform, who is known for being a scammer, is now begging her fans to cash out her money because she's now struggling to maintain her lifestyle. Now, evidently, this didn't just come out of nowhere. Evidently, this is very clear that she's not getting any sponsorships anymore. She's not able to sustain her lifestyle. Her views have gone down over time. And now she's begging her followers to sustain her lifestyle by giving her money. The scammer posted this video to her channel a few days ago, making it clear that she's now burned out after going to so many countries across the globe. And now she wants people to send her $25 in exchange for a postcard anytime she goes to these countries. And if y'all want further context on how she's a low-down, dirty scammer, please feel free to watch this video that I made almost 2 years ago, breaking everything down. It's almost at 1 million, so please go leave a like. If you already have, go view it again. Thanks.
I only have 70 countries left, so I'm visiting every country in the world. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have 70 countries left. Oh my gosh, I have 70 countries left. And part of it sounds like a little bit of countries. Part of it sounds like, how am I gonna do this? Yeah, I made this. If you guys want to support my journey, Mary Jane's world tour, me being the next human to visit every country in the world, there have only been 3 American girls, and I would so much appreciate your love and support if you feel led to help me. I have the link down below where you can help me, and I'm like, what can I do for people in exchange? Like, what's something cool I can do for people in exchange if they want to donate to my challenge? So I thought it'd be really cool to send you guys postcards. So if you sign up to help me down below, then it's $25 in exchange. Not too proud to say that I need help in these last 70 countries. Like, oof. But I can see the finish line. You know, I can see the top of Mount Everest. It's right there. But I'm like, do I have enough strength? Do I have enough money? Do I have? Whoa! Like, this is. Oh my gosh, 70 more countries by myself. 50 of those countries in Africa.
Excuse me? What happened to all that damn money she took from all those women who sent her $2,000 back and forth because they wanted her to be her travel guide and teach them how they travel the world? What happened to all that bread? All that money she stole from having them little travel workshops, trying to be Dora the Explorer and shit, and teaching all these women how they could travel the world? What happened to the thousands of dollars she took from people that Zelled her, Cash Apped her, PayPal'd her, and then she blocked them when she didn't want to take them on the trip and kept the money for herself? Now, Mary J has made it very clear that she does not know how she's going to be able to do this because she's currently on her quote-unquote challenge to visit every single country in the world. And this is crazy because this isn't the first time she's done this. This is literally the second time she's done this. The first time she did this, she created a GoFundMe so that people could help support her travels. I wish I would ever fucking send an influencer money so that way they can go fucking travel the world. How the fuck does that benefit me? Yeah, I could watch you go there, or I can use the money for myself so I can go and travel.
Melt fat like butter with this new powerful military invention. This $69 Special Forces device turns men into beasts. New groundbreaking technology emulates 54,000 crunches in 20 minutes, allowing you to rapidly burn.
They're getting their passports and they're going to Europe. They're going to the Philippines. They're going to countries where traditional women are more common. These girls are staying close to their family or living with their family until they find their husbands.
Most Western girls think that these people in the foreign countries are not smart. Mentality is just like, I want to take care of the family.
Well, if you go for a family that it has money, then I don't see them trying to get money from you, but
I'm going to say majorities are not.
He had a check.
Hey guys, welcome back to More Life. Let's get it.
Guys, I just figured out what the passport bro trend is. Never did I know what this was. I kept getting so many comments and I finally decided to look it up. A lot of people were trying to connect the trad wife movement with the passport bro trend and how they're similar. So yeah, let's unpack this. So, if you don't know what the passport bro trend is, it's where men are coming to the conclusion that there's not as many ultra feminine, submissive, and traditional women in the western part of the world, such as the United States. And they're packing their bags, they're out. They're getting their passports and they're going to Europe, they're going to the Philippines. They're going to countries where traditional women are more common and traditional values are practiced more. I did see this toxic hookup culture part of the passport bro trend, and I do not agree with hookup culture or anything like that. However, the underlying reason this is a thing is because men are realizing that women in the western part of the world are really chasing after money, independence, a career, and these men want women who ultimately just want to be a wife and a mother, and they're...
It's not only that too. Men are being left by the wayside, and it's not gonna happen anymore, right? Guys aren't gonna be some woman's punching bag. They're not gonna be a pushover. Guys are not gonna deal with women getting married and then not doing certain duties or having certain attitudes, especially when guys are willing to do a lot of cooking and cleaning themselves, right? But that's what's happening. Let me go finish.
They're submissive and they're traditional. And yes, there's pros and cons to this idea just like anything. I mean, I don't necessarily think you have to leave the country that you are in to find a wife, but there have been men who have left the country to find their wife. So now I'm going to chime in with...
You know what it is, right? And no knock against her, because she's not being negative at all, right? She doesn't feel that way because she's a woman. That's why most of these women think that way. They're thinking men are like them when they're not. A lot of men are ignored. Men, number one, all men are ignored, right? Now, for a guy not to be ignored, he has to be a 6'4" Adonis.
Like, would you date somebody who's like super hot, big eggplant, he's broke, but you don't think that they would have qualities of like a broke-minded person that wouldn't be attractive to you?
You understand? To my guy, stacked, chiseled jaw, handsome dude, tall, dark, and handsome. And sometimes that guy, he don't need money, because what it is, women not automatically saying, you know, they are saying, they're saying they want a guy with 500,000, all these crazy numbers, but they see that tall, handsome Adonis. He doesn't need money. If he pays for it, she's not going to respect him. So, do guys really need to have that money? No. Even guys that are not that tall, handsome Adonis, that has this, sometimes you can get them, but that's still not working that much anymore. It's a lot different nowadays, but yeah, they're still going to go for that Adonis. Let me let her finish.
My thoughts. What are the possible cultural differences happening here? Personally, I see women here in the United States chasing independence and freedom away from their family. Statistically, the number of single 18 and 19-year-old girls getting into apartments or living situations with roommates has skyrocketed. Why? They don't want to live with their parents and be told what to do. Whereas in these other countries where traditional values are practiced more, these girls are staying close to their family or living with their family until they find their husbands. These women and young girls are getting guidance from these male figures in their family, such as their dad or their brothers. They're protected from outside interference and influence from their family. It makes sense. The idea of living with your parents past the age of 18 is kind of looked down upon here in the United States. Like, oh, you live with your parents still? Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Funny, because my boy, right?
Okay.
My boy's in Albania, and he said, you know, the hookup culture is not here. He has a girl out there, and the hookup culture is just not there. It's not the same as the West. You know, he broke it down to me, and it's like, I get it, right? He said it's like that. The women are, it's nothing like how it is in the West. But that's what it is.
You're protected, you have guidance, and you're waiting for your husband. You don't have to work crazy hours to support yourself. It makes sense. My conclusion is I understand why this is a thing. There's pros and cons, but I get it.
Good point. Great breakdown. Great breakdown. She's good in my book.
But let's continue. They wake up to the harsh reality. I've talked to like 7 different people. These are women that came here and married a Tanzanian man or in a relationship with him, and they're getting beat.
My man looks and sounds just like Obama, doesn't he? Listen to him talk.
They didn't think African.
He's breaking down though. Western women came to Africa thinking they can verbally abuse men, and guys aren't going for it. They're not hearing it.
They didn't know. They thought that maybe I could come here and control that man, but that's not how it works here. So, yes, exactly. They think they can go over there, and he mentioned Latin America too. Many of these countries don't put up with a woman doing that. Okay? There's nothing to back these women up in these countries when they start to be disrespectful and mouth off and go after men. You know, they can get away with it in America, but overseas, no, not in Latin America and not in Africa. You go mouth off at a grown man, something bad might happen. Number one, they're not even used to women talking to them like that. I've been in Tanzania long enough. The women do not at all disrespect men, period, no matter what they do. And I was shocked at some, they just don't mouth off at men. They just don't. They may mouth off at other women, but they don't mouth off at men.
It's like we said, been and thrown them out the window. That's not going to happen here. I wouldn't even promote that, but I'm sure these other countries, it can go down. I know it's not like that where I am now, but Africa, yeah. That's women not going for it. Guys not going for it. They're not going for that. And places like Jamaica too. I've seen this video. This woman in Jamaica saying, "You guys don't eat kitty cat. That's why you're not getting no wife."
Ziggy Marley, that's why you paddling alone, cause you're not eating. Eat some to your millionaire. Eat some. I can't. Better call security. Better call security, cause they don't eat no. This day one. Hey.
The man said, "Me don't want to eat cat. Me don't care if me stay here." I started dying, but yeah, entitled woman.
majority of foreigner countries, they're going to expect something. You'll be lucky if you meet a family and they're not asking you to buy them this or buy you that, or the wife or husband says, oh,
Now, it's crazy because, guys, it's Kivo, right? It's Kivo. I think he's from Long Island. He reached out to me before. Now, he actually supports Filipino people like crazy. He understands Filipino culture. I remember he was reacting to a bunch of Filipino PBA games before, and he reacts to a bunch of Filipino content in general. And this man understands the culture. So, as you see at Pastor Bro School's American Woman on Stereotypes about Filipino and foreign women, because she's coming with the same rhetoric that all of the other American women come with, and let's get right into it.
I have to send some money over to my family.
That's the thing with Western people. Most Western girls think that these people in the foreign countries are not smart. They think they're all stupid. The majority of them are actually smarter than the people here in America. Especially, I'm just going to say the Filipinos, because there's a lot of Filipino nurses. Guarantee, like you go to hospital, guarantee you're going to see a Filipina nurse.
Nurse narrative not often noted in U.S. history.
Filipino nurses are everywhere.
Can you believe they did 15 seasons of ER without one Filipino nurse?
When you think about it, you see Filipinos everywhere. Teachers, they're very smart people. Majority of the times when they go, they're just family oriented. They don't care about how much money you have. That's why I told you it's different. And this is from experience, I'm telling you.
But you're talking about nurses now, so
it's just majority of the times you go over there, they don't care. These people are smart people. They're not stupid.
Damn!
They're very smart, and they don't need your money. Their mentality is just like, I want to take care of the family, take care of my husband, make sure my husband's happy. And they're not poor. Like, people think that for some reason they're all poor over there. They're not poor. These people are smart. They're very well-educated people. And that's the problem. Most Western people think, oh, because this guy's flying over, he's looking for someone stupid, someone poor, someone can do whatever he wants. No, these people are smart. These people are nurses, doctors, they're teachers and all that stuff. They think they can't speak English. They're saying,
like you said, and even when they're poor in those cases, it's not an immediate need. Like, they're not scrounging. That's why when you see someone scrounging, it's a scammer. Like, only scammers do that. And that's such a small percentage of the population, right? Like a 0.0 kind of thing. It's not like, because think about it, it's 122 million Filipino. So do you think it's 122,000 scammers out there? Because 10% of that would be like 1.2 million. So do you think even point, zero something, do you think it's 122,000 scammers? Maybe 12,000, maybe 20,000, but you get what I'm saying.
Second language is English. But that's the problem. Mentality of people in the West, they think that these girls are stupid. That's what it is. At the end of the day, they think they're stupid. They're not.
Well, if you go for a family that it has money, then I don't see them trying to get money from you. But yeah, if you go for a more poor or middle family, it might come up.
Okay. I'm just saying majorities are not.
He had a checker, man. He had a checker. And that man, you see in the way he defended it, his love for the Filipino culture, man. That's why Filipinos support him, actually. He knows. He knows he can't let her be on a podcast that he's doing and just let that ride. Because people watching be like, bro, you know what I mean? They're gonna check him. That's like me letting it ride. Somebody just coming on and say, oh, well, Filipino, da, 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 da. You have some guys that come in and say comments. I just ignore it, but still, good job on you, brother. But guys, we already know it's gonna be more and more and more women, even guys, that look at these countries and say, oh no, and just write everything off, but it's not the case. I mean, realize the guys that are leaving most likely made the right choice, right? You have some guys going to other countries just to have fun, but a lot of times the guys coming all the way over here, some may be having fun, but there's a lot of guys that are coming over here trying to find the right one, and more power to you. Just still keep your head on a swivel, make sure you're choosing wisely, and happy searching to you.
You heard it from him himself. But yet, they said, well, this American women, well, let's go to the main commentary, Ringo TV. Check out what he said. Now we take it to Dennis.
Ancestry made it really easy to learn about my family's history.
About women in the West.
Finding military information.
Listen to this mess.
Turn 40, and these are things that I would not do again in my 20s and 30s.
These are the things that she would not do in her 20s and 30s, which is also influencing younger women to do the same.
I would not get married.
I would not get married. That's what she said. So guys, why are you trying to wife up the modern woman? Why are you trying to wife up the modern woman, guys? Why are you guys trying to wife up the modern woman when she already done told herself that if she could go back into her 20s and 30s, she would tell pretty much herself not to be married? So why would you guys be focusing on that? I told you guys, you get with women, you just do what you got to do with them and keep it pushing. Focus on the Most High. The Most High already know that today's modern woman is destroyed. You guys have no hope. When it comes to building families, having wives, it's over. You know what I mean? Deal with women as concubines, jump off, side pieces, whatever the hell you gotta do, bro. Just do that. Seriously. The days of me preaching to you guys about, find yourself a good sister, there are none. You understand? I'm not gonna give you guys no hope of finding this perfect sister. They don't exist. I told you already, guys. Quality women gravitate towards quality men. You'll have a lot of women that'll watch my broadcast and be like, I'm a good woman. No, you're not. If you were, you would be knocking the door of a quality man. Sit down. You're not quality. You're not. You understand? Because life is short and time is running out. A lot of these women, guys, are playing games. If a woman is serious about building with brothers, they would gravitate towards a brother and they'll be like this. They'll be knocking that door. And they'll introduce themselves. And they'll put their cards on the table and make it very clear on what the hell is going on. See, let me tell you something, guys. Even at the point of just smashing a sister is like played out now. Like seriously. It's at the point now, guys, that when you deal with women, bro, like if the woman is not really on your level in terms of she want to be a part of the mission that you have. In other words, if you're doing something that's big, something that's important, a business, whatever the case is, and that woman is not showing no interest in being a part of what you're doing and making herself readily available in terms of what do you need me for? What could I do to enhance what you're doing? I want to be a supporter of what you're doing. I want to be a part of what you're doing in your life. If she's not thinking like that, you don't need her. Like seriously, any one of you can get a sister that you can. That's easy. But could you get a sister that's going to really ride with you? Or could you find that? Could you find a woman that you get with her, you vibe with her, and you're like, look, I'm trying to build this thing here, but I need for you to do this. I need for you to handle this paperwork right here. I need you to research these files because I'm trying to set up this LLC. I'm trying to do this. And I need for you to research this and do this. Could you find that kind of sister? Because all of these sisters are doing the same thing. All they're doing is laying on their back and giving you some top. That's pretty much it. And then once you nut, it's like, okay, I nut, I got what I gotta get. And it's like, okay, it's boring now because shorty don't really got nothing else. It's like anytime I deal with her, it's just on some SEX situation. It's really nothing else. It's nothing intellectual. She's not adding no value. She's not doing nothing. She's not learning from me. She's not trying to grow. Why am I with her? You get what I'm saying? See, these are the things that happen, brothers, when you actually become more mature. It's like you start looking at women and you start saying to yourself, why am I even with this broad? Like, all I get is some head, that's it. And see, this is the thing, you guys, see, this is why I made the video on escaping porn addiction, because see, once you're free, brothers, once you're free from a lifestyle of masturbation and porn and all that other mess, you free your mind. And now you start to realize that there's more to life than wasting your time chasing some damn broad down the block because you're trying to screw her. There gotta come a point when you deal with women and these women are on your square in terms of
being a part of what you're doing, enhancing your portfolio. Women that are an asset rather than a liability.
A lot of people don't know this, but the best way to prevent divorce, stop separation, and win your wife.
Ooh, that's kind of heavy and straightforward, ain't it? That's Ringo TV for you. But yet, he's not the only one that said something about this.
Independent, that means you don't need our finance, and you don't need a man. Well, you don't need our strength, you don't need our finance, and you don't need us. And now you're surprised that this happens. And to me, that makes American women, black American women, confusing and weird. Because a few years ago, you lovely ladies were complaining about men approaching you. And now you're asking why men aren't in these spaces to approach you. That is weird. Y'all remember that article they had out? Catcalling, remember that was a problem? Back around 2013, 2014, that was about to outlaw it.
Yeah.
Now you can't get the motherfucker to talk to you. They ain't gonna even be where you at. That is a byproduct of this gynocratic feminist society that has lost its way. But I'm glad that you ladies finally got the message. It took 70 years, but I'm glad you finally got the message. Don't ask them why men aren't going off. Don't ask men, ask the women. Because you same women who made yourselves unapproachable to talk to during that Me Too era. Somebody type Me Too in the chat room. 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017. You had men afraid to approach you at the job. Because they're afraid they might catch a charge or lose their employment or get convicted of allegedly groping some broad. So men have learned to distance themselves from it. I promise you, it's a lot of dudes out there that won't even speak to you in public. When I was young, a black man walked by a black woman, he said, "Hey sister, how you doing?" Check her, hey. They don't even speak to your ass no more. You played yourselves, lady. Somebody type, "You played yourselves" in the chat room. You women literally destroyed something, and then you mad that it's ruined. You clown men for catcalling, and now you complaining it's not happening anymore. You clown guys who you used on food dates. You know 30% of women have gone out and admitted that they've gone out on dates just to eat hungry heifers. Somebody type hungry heifers in the chat room. Clown the dude, use the man for his food, know they weren't interested in him, and then had the nerve to turn around and clown.
Right.
And now you mad because that same dude done hopped on the flight. He done went down to Cartagena and he got him a bad one on his arm.
Mm-hmm.
He's at a all-you-can-eat buffet. A all-you-can-eat bad bitch buffet. How about that? Wow. You know? Now let me share a few stats with you.
I'm going to show you how to toss away high blood pressure naturally. If you're over 40 with high...
Listen to this mess.
I turn 40, and these are things that I would not...
But yeah, Dennis is right. I mean, Dennis, he hit it on the dog. But you think there's something... Watch what this woman says.
Single by choice. I will tell anybody, do not come in here and disrupt my peace. If you're not going to protect my peace and preserve my peace, I'm not interested.
I've heard women say this many times. Has anybody ever told them that they have to protect and preserve the man's peace too? I had women say this to me in the beginning of the relationship, and they turned around and disturbed my peace. Then after I dumped them, they told everybody that I was the one disrupting their peace.
I am open to the idea, but it just has to be right.
Interpretation? Everything has to go her way.
Sociologist Chris Marsh is the author of the new book, The Love Jones Cohort, Single and Living Alone in the Black Middle Class.
And there it is again. She makes a lot of money, so chances are the boxes a man has to check off on her list are more than likely unrealistic.
It's funny you say that because I'll never forget, I think it was my senior year of high school, and my father encouraged me to stay loyal to my career because it'll be more loyal to you than any man.
So basically, her father told her that there's not one man walking this earth that can be loyal to her, instead of teaching her the signs of a disloyal man.
But my mom was on the other side and said, but a career can't keep you warm at night.
Hats off to your mom, because she knew better. I wonder why her parents didn't teach her to be open to both the career and the man.
Like, yes, a career cannot keep you warm at night, but you got a whole bunch of like heated blankets and stuff that
Yeah, she's laughing during this interview, but that's not what she's doing when she's at home by herself. Those heated blankets and pocket rockets are only pacifiers. Every heterosexual person desires the right person to come into their life because that's how God designed us, women especially. She's sitting there pretending like everything is fine in front of the camera.
Video circulating of this young lady talking about middle-aged women and we mad, mean, miserable, and lonely, right? And that we missed our opportunity to have a good man, and that's why we out here, we just lonely. First of all, let me just clear something up, right? Majority of us middle-aged women, because I consider myself a middle-aged woman, I'm 46 years old. A lot of us are single by choice.
There's that single by choice again. There's something going on with her. She's just not telling me.
So technically, I'm single by choice. I'm working on myself. Very psychotic. So I just decided I'm only talking to tricks and sugar daddies and people who want to sponsor and better my career. No harm, no foul.
Not because we missed our opportunity, but just for the simple fact that the caliber of men that's out here now, to me, in my opinion, are not even worth dating or having a relationship with.
Meaning that all the good guys don't want to be bothered with her now. So all the guys that are coming after her are the ones that just want to have fun with her. And she knows it.
And the fact that a lot of you young girls, because a lot of y'all are 20 years younger than me, but you look like you're my age.
Americans' motivation for fitness has never been higher than this summer. A shocking 42% of Americans have said that they want a beach body. This surges to 75% among Generation Z women and 65% among millennial women, many of whom are switching to a keto diet to make it happen. What most people don't know, however, is you don't need to follow a keto diet to reach these fitness goals. That's why I highly recommend this amazing keto powder. It is one of the most popular keto supplements on the market, because it helps give you benefits of elevated ketones even without following a highly restrictive keto diet. It is specially formulated with pure 100% CA, which is the most important ketogenic form of MCT oil, to provide weight management benefits such as helping boost metabolism, control appetite, and heighten energy level, even without cutting all the carbs. Try it today to receive 51% off, free shipping, free VIP live health and fitness coaching for life, a free new e-report titled The 14 Ketogenic Foods, and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Plus, you'll help children, families, and communities live healthier lives with your order through BioTrust partnerships with NoKidsHungry.org. Order today by going to KetoActRight.com or by clicking on the link in the description box below.
3 years younger than me, but you look like you're my age, and that's because you living hard. You know, you doing the age that you are now versus the age we were back then. You all are doing way more for way less with these men.
Listen up, she's about to tell on herself.
Extremely big difference in the mentality of the men when I was your age versus the mentality of the men now that you all are with. We not missing out on nothing. You know what I mean? You all are the ones that's out here feeling, you know, the pressures of social media. So you out here, posting flowers that you bought for yourself. You done took a trip that you paid for on your credit card. You still waiting on him to pay your credit card off. We didn't have to do all of that.
Maybe not, but you had to do something to get those guys to cough up that kind of money.
Right. The men back in my day, when I was your age, they put us in cars, paid cash for cars, put us in cars, put us in cribs. If we already had our own apartment, they paid the rent up for 6 months. You're not getting that.
See what I'm saying? She's telling on herself and a bunch of her friends too. What man is going to pay 6 months of your rent and not get something that he wants in return? We know what you were doing to get men to cough up that type of money.
But you claim that we mad and miserable and lonely. We deal with men when we feel like it.
Interpretation. When our money is running low, that's when we call our sugar daddy.
Us older, us middle-aged women, we know how to get, what we need and push them on to the side, tell them to get gone.
And these will be the same women that'll tell the passport bros that the women overseas just want you for your money.
Y'all want to move them in, let them sleep, in the house that you got on your own. He not even contributing. He not paying no bills, really. You footing the whole relationship. You giving these men way more action and attention than if you were just with him on your time and terms and keep him a secret and let him get on about his business. We don't feel that need to do that.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she was spending her time and her body with good men.
We get what we need from him because at the end of the day, we all know the best action or the best sex comes from the worst type of man.
Oh, there it is. She just admitted she was getting her back blown out from the worst type of man. I guarantee you, she was making a good man wait for the bedroom action while finessing him out of his money, and the whole while letting Pookie clap the cheeks for free. See, if you can't hit it right, you gotta cough up the money. But if you can give her what she likes the way she likes it, hitting it right is all that's required. Now, let's not lose sight of her message. She's saying she's not lonely, and I have no doubt she won't have a problem getting attention from men. However, she's gonna have a problem getting the attention in the company of a man that's worth something, and she admitted it in this video.
Exactly.
If she's not careful, she's gonna end up just like this woman, lying to herself and the rest of us out loud on camera.
I have to thank every man that left me. I would have never been alone this long. and really got to know myself. I feel that as young women, we're devoting ourselves to this programming of love. And the truth is, you gotta love everything, not the poor guy that you decided to hook up with.
So much to unpack here. First thing, every man left you. Second thing, who said you only had to love a man? Third thing, the poor guy you hooked up with? Why is he a poor guy? Because you were driving him crazy? And why were you hooking up with these men? You're not supposed to hook up with them. You're supposed to be getting involved in a serious relationship with the right person for you. If we have a conversation with every one of those men that left her, I guarantee you, every one of them will tell you that she drove him crazy because she's admitting that they left her. She didn't leave them. The cool thing is, some of these older women will admit that they were a pain in a man's ass. Well, when it's too late.
It's difficult to learn to live alone. It's difficult because I'm difficult. I'm not easy to live with. You have 3 or 4 choices here that will give you a terrible day or a wonderful day. And there's no one else to blame except you. Because you're here alone. You can't say he did this or he did that. It's all you. And you don't seem to want to make yourself extremely happy the way you wanted other people to come along and make you extremely happy.
Miss Carol, can you say that again, please?
And you don't seem to want to make yourself extremely happy the way you wanted other people to come along and make you extremely happy.
Thank you. So the next time you hear a woman say she's leaving her marriage because she wasn't happy, how much energy did she put into making herself happy? See, some of these women, they want the man to make them happy. And that's not how happiness works.
Nobody can make you extremely happy but you. I was an old lady before I understood that.
And to the men on here that says that women are going to end up and die alone, if they don't have a man in their life, they consider dying alone. My mother died alone. My mother lived 45 years past what the doctor said, I believe, simply because she didn't have no man in her life. She had given up on men very young age because she was sick. And I think if she had a man, whether he was good or bad, he would have demised her and made her die before her time.
This is what the Bible considers blasphemy. Speaking ill of God's work, what God created in a good man. And that's exactly why men are leaving relationships with these type of women here in the Matrix. She just said even if the man was good, she still would have died because of him.
So if being alone helps my longevity, I don't have a problem with being alone because you know why?
After what you just said about good men, we really don't care.
I love my own company. I really do. I feel good when I be in the bed with no stress, no lies, no deception.
Yes, honey, yes.
On behalf of all the good men, we wish you well. Just don't pop up in a video years from now sounding like this lady, because if you do, we're gonna go all in on you.
It comes in waves. Most of the time, I'm okay. And then it comes and hits me like nobody's business. And honestly, I've been feeling like this a lot lately. It's love. I'm tired of doing it myself. I'm tired of being alone. I want to share my life with someone. I am just freaking tired.
She's 53 years old and she looks like this. Can you imagine what she looked like when she was 25 years old? So I wonder why she's alone. Let's let her keep talking. I'm sure she'll tell us.
It's not about being lonely, so I just want somebody. No, I want to be in love. I want to share my life with someone. I want to feel the joys. I want to have my hands held. I want to be held. I want to kiss. I want to support. I want to make coffee with that person. I want my person. I want my person. Why is it so hard to find your person?
So are any of you guys out there feeling sorry for this physically beautiful woman yet?
I'm tired. You know, it's really hard when love is the one thing you can't force, you can't make happen.
Interpretation. The guys who used to want me when I didn't want them, now I want them and they don't want me. And I can't force them to want me, and it's aggravating the hell out of me.
Yes. Yes.
Whenever you redistribute income, you reduce
wow.
total income.
I'm just wow. He made a good point there. And you see, I don't know what's wrong with today's women, man. I really don't. And it's like, and then you send a message to men. Now, men who watch these videos from all walks of life, from who have houses and businesses and 6-figure income and 3-figure, 4 or 5-figure income, whatever. You just make yourself look like you're crazy all over. And it's crazy. But I don't know what's wrong with some of these women, man. As I said, what is going on with this? But anyway, this next video I'm going to show you is someone, and you ain't going to believe this person, thinks that black women think, Voice Walkins thinks that black men who don't think black women with moms. And he's been getting flack for this all across the internet. Watch this.
First, y'all know I spoke about Umar Johnson recently, and I spoke about the stepdaddyism culture. Stepdaddy culture is very prevalent, and you had another prominent black male voice speak negatively on men who decide not to have relationships with single mothers. They choose not to, right? It's a choice. Just like it was a choice for Voice Watkins to date a woman who curved him years before, when she's older and her dating options aren't very good in her eyes, right? And you do this awkward proposal, and you've been getting clowned for it ever since. I just want y'all to understand the type of males that we have. You know, it's always these gray-bearded, older men that give the worst advice, when they should be out here talking to black men and telling them, listen, you know, avoid these mistakes and pitfalls. No, boys, what you're basically telling them is to get curved like you, and years later, when that woman is older, then you put a ring on her finger. You know, you done worked hard all these years to build your own platform, to build financial success, and what do? You go back to the woman that didn't want you. You see, I don't want to date no woman that curved me in her prime.
Right.
Okay, a woman in her prime,
right.
She curves me. I want nothing to do with her. Let the streets have her, right? But again, a lot of you guys are fighting for love that don't want you back. I've seen their interactions. Look at the proposal. Look at her body language, boys. Why are you, as an older black man, why are you shaming black men who don't have children, black men who should be focusing on their financial future? Why should they go and have to worry about trying to be a stepdaddy to children that aren't theirs?
Right.
I don't understand this.
Right.
You should be telling young men the pitfalls and the things to avoid. You should tell them to live their life, to travel.
Right.
Because he wasn't talking about men his age.
No.
Boyce Watkins was talking about younger men. He wasn't talking about men his age. That's why I take exception to his shaming. And I saw a video from O'Shea. Shout out to O'Shea.
This is what veterans are doing to increase their disability rating.
Two of the traditions, they had me rate.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to comment because I'm about to cut this video at about 10 minutes. Let me say this on this topic. I dated women with children. And it was not so well. Trust me. It didn't end well. And it's not because when you think that you meet somebody with a child, you figure that you the boyfriend, that you're going to maybe a fiance, that they want to settle down. A lot of women who have children don't want to settle. They still get that regret that why did they have children. So they come to this certain stage that they want to go out there and party. Why they have children? This is the truth. I have met some single mothers like that. Then, I had single mothers try to take advantage of me when I was out there. So yeah, young men, don't do it. Don't do it. Also, one guy named Al Grease was dropping gems to the men that if you live with the woman and you have no children, and you live with the woman with the children, if you decide to break up and you stay with the first so long, in certain states, you're gonna be, even though that kid's daddy ain't paying child support, you're gonna have to pay the child support. Yeah. In certain states, I remember I'll give shout out to Al Grease. He did a video about that. And that's why this woman that can't stand, Western women can't stand Al Grease, because he broke down even the child support system. So if you date a woman with children and you live with her, unless you got kids, you can balance it out with kids of your own. But if you have no children and you get somebody with children, brother, you stay with her for a certain amount of time, she can go down to the local courthouse and get child support out of you. Even though it's not your child, it's that it's that idiot that was coming to the kid's life. So if you go, I hope she treats you well. If you decide to go the single man's route with children, if you don't have no children, but if you have children, then you already know the men to do. You're a single father. But I'm talking about the men who don't have children. Oh my goodness. And the immaturity is unfreaking believable. I dated a woman in Pittsburgh. She had a kid. No, she had a grandchild, and she's still doing some immature stuff. I go down there and I thought maybe I could kick it with her for a while, because I was at the time. This is what it was. I told her I was going to school to be a truck driver. She saw a dollar sign. She already made a good income because she's working at the nursing facility. She gets child support for 2 of her kids, and then she get a widow's pension from her second husband. But she was just like she's money hungry. Or that's true. A lot of these women are like that. And it's just that, and then on top of that, I'm driving down there, and I get my tire slashed behind, and I had to come out my pocket, mess around with some woman because she was messing with some dude down there. This is one of the nightmares I've been through. Second thing, this happened to me in Cincinnati. I dated a woman. Of all the women I could have met from out of a certain community called the Micronesian, I had to meet one of the most craziest women out of a Micronesian. community. She has some issues, and her daughter was spoiled rotten. You know, she didn't don't respect me, and things like that. You know, and she telling her in her native tongue, you don't have to listen to him, disrespect him. You know, I'm being a nice guy, and I mean, she come over with that mindset here to America. Micronesia, you know, anybody know what Micronesia is one of those islands over there. So they come over with that one. Let me tell you something. And she was a single mother of a Micronesian little girl. And that's woman number 2. Then I meet another woman when I was in Cincinnati, a single mother. Man, y'all gonna trip out when I tell you this one. She was, you know, she lived up into housing, public housing. But you ever meet one of these women that's in public of housing, in public apartments? They have a shame. They have a high budget mentality. You know, because sometimes we get together and have and go and that was the first time in a while since I've been to the drive-in. Just going out on a date. She tells me she don't give hugs on the first date. Whatever. Yeah, this is the kind of crap you go through with women. The kind of women I'm telling you that's here. See, you always hear the women, but you don't hear the kind of women some of good men have gone through. So yeah, she you know, no sex, no hug, no kiss, no nothing. Boom. And I don't know why I asked her to go to Cleveland with me the one time, just to see what my sister and her boyfriend thought about her. She couldn't get mad because we couldn't get a brand new Escalade to go, SUV to go up there. So I just settled for it, you know, a sedan car. You know, and I'm just telling you how materialistic women are here. It's not our car; it's a rental car. I'm just telling you the kind of women I've come across in my past. So he's telling you right, and it's just that and it's like I just don't know, and I know I'm not the only nice guy on here. And there's some guys from all walks of life, all ages, races. You've been through this stuff. You know this. You ever been? You want a nice guy, and you get the most craziest women you meet. If you meet them off the chat line, date line, even like I mentioned on one video, I met a woman recently just talking at the park, getting to know her, sit down, have a conversation with her, you know, talk about spiritual things. And I know it was too spiritual to find out that, you know, she's saying that she can hear somebody spiritually about 20, 30 yards away, you know. You know, this is the kind of stuff we have to deal with. That's why I said I don't know and it's like, and wondering why she can't get a boyfriend. One, I mean, she just got this masculine man, you know, one of these women, and no shot against the women, but her, I mean, got a bald fade going on, and I just like women with hair, you know. I just like someone with hair. That's me. I can't. But anyway, you know, even though she's a good friend, but it's not shout out to the women who got a little haircut, but her mindset. I mean, she had a good job, working really well. You know, she had a pretty nice apartment. She's complaining about she can hear spirits in the walls and all this stuff like that. I try to bring her to church and see if the pastor can minister to her. And it's like, oh my God, you know, maybe a sister can minister to her. I'm telling you, you got some women out here that got some serious ass issues in America. I'm telling you. So don't do it. Two of my friends married women. They didn't have no children of their own. They married one with the children. One went to prison. Other one going through heck and hell with the woman. Sometimes he got to fight with. They be fussing and fighting over things. You know, he had a daughter with her and a son with her, and before he got with her, it was just her and her son. He decided to make a couple children with her, and it's been the family. His family don't get too much care for too much at times. And this is one of my best friends that I went to high school with. He married a single mom. She don't want. He told me some things she don't do as a wife. There's certain things as a wife that he need her help when he needs he need her to do something, like make some phone calls while he's at work. Can you handle some personal business? I can't do it. Can you do it? You're gonna have to come and do it. I'm just saying. And then he used like what the one man said. You know, you can get on my nerve. You mentally abusing me. I said, how are you mentally abusing her by asking her to do something while you at work? You know, he's doing everything. He's trying to settle a court case with his child. He's working, trying to hold down the household, fix up his house. He's doing everything as a man, cooking, interior in the house, taking care of the bills. I mean, he's just running back and forth, and then fight with the courts, fight with the police, and everything. And you just feel like he's at his wit's end. And so, and he was telling me recently about one of his co-workers. His wife came and his co-workers telling him this one man was married to his woman for so many years, and she come and told him, "I want to get out of a marriage." After he said James, he's a good dude. He never hit her, never abused her, don't do nothing to her. He support her, take care of the house, got a good job, been at the company for 30 years. He don't cheat on her or nothing. And I was like, he saw the son. She just come and said she wants a divorce. So that's true what that one video said. And it's like, I was like, then how can you do that to 20? You've been married a certain amount of time for 30 years. Like, I'm telling you how entitled they got. So that's why there are men leaving. And because it's like these women have got to the point that it's like that they because God may put breast and butt and a pretty face on their body. They get very entitled. Then they get a couple of favoritism. Got a couple of guys say, "Hey, you good looking, wow, man, get to know you." They go, "Ooh," and they get they big headed now. And then when men try to talk to them, like then it said, now it's like it's considered harassment. Now men is to back the heck up. Most men, a good percentage of men, have back the heck up because of what women have done. Then they don't understand like what's going on with these men. Ask some of the women that complain. It slaps. You can lose your job, you can lose your freedom. Messing with the wrong woman, man. So. That's from my experience, from what I've seen and what I witnessed. And I don't know, like I said, you see these videos of these well-known commentators. Look what they're saying. And women getting mad because, and I hate, like I said, it's not a male versus, because it's some men. Then you got some men like boys trying to say, well, you should get an Uber, or you should be getting, for what? Are you crazy? For what? And it's like there's other options around the world. That's where young men start. Hey, there's other. I would encourage young men. There's an option around the world. She telling you, say you too nice, you too lame, you don't do this, you do that. There's a woman would deal with your lame butt. Would they would consider you not attractive, you dusty, whatever. You just one of them. You just another woman on the planet, and that's the kind of mindset you gotta take. Because another woman won't do, another woman would love to have you. And it's funny when you hear women here say, well, he's not really all that attractive. It's not up to you. Some women can find me attractive across the, it's not up to you. And so now your reality is about to come into you. See, it's not anymore that you can just turn down guys because you're the only woman on the planet. Because and this go for all walks and races. In some of these Western countries, now you got competition, and you can't handle the competition, and now you want to throw a fit about it, and throw jabs, and women going, yeah, women probably would do that, but there might be some women that are kind of scandalous, but ain't no difference over here. But a good percentage of them probably want a relationship. They know what to keep with that because they don't want to grow old. Most of them don't want to grow old, be alone. So figure. So Go ahead and continue to make your career and have your dog and cat and be bitchy. See how far that's gonna get you. That's all I gotta say. And you'll see, and there's no argument no more. And remember, some of you women who like some that the last couple women, your very worst is gonna come back and haunt you. We got to game these men, okay? And even was a woman I forgot the video named Shira7. She's telling women that. Wonder how, but when you look at her husband, he don't like he's not even happy at all. So how's it working out? I would doubt one day he get up and get tired and leave her. Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. Share it next time. And young men, do what you gotta do. Women don't want you here. Men, all ages, they don't want you here because you're fat, you're this, you're that. Somebody gonna take you somewhere on the planet, and they will give you the world, where someone in your country here or abroad. Well, trust me. And so they're gonna end up, and they're gonna be looking stupid. Watch me when they come to America in the future. They're gonna like, why is all these women single? Because they choose to. It's gonna be just like that scripture in the Bible about the 5 candles and the 5 virgins. Watch, it's gonna happen. Just watch, it's happening as we speak. And it's gonna be the women's own doing. There's nothing men can do. There's nothing a man can make you do anything. A man can't force you to marriage. A man can't force you to have sex, be in a marriage or anything. It takes 2 to make a relationship. You gotta determine if you want that. It's a give and give situation. But if you want to take and take the life up out of them, ain't no man that want to leave before his time, especially with stress and duress. So that's what it is. So it can work back way. So he'll find a woman on the planet that will love him and keep him alive. And that's what you women, some of these stubborn. Oh, you ain't gotta do this. You ain't gotta take this, and you gotta flip it. You gotta flip the role reversal on him. He be up under you. It ain't gonna work, ladies. You keep listening to those women. This how you gotta play the game back on them. You keep listening to those women. You're gonna play the wrong dude, and you're gonna lose the good dude. You're gonna do it to the wrong dude, and it could cost you your freedom, your life. I'm telling you, some men ain't, and there's some men ain't rap tubes tied up there. I'm telling you, don't do this. You know, it's not good to play around with somebody, period. But when you find something good and has qualities of God-like qualities, a man, you should appreciate it. But until you don't, you're gonna keep losing out. Have a good day.